Nityanande Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Continuing to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, here on chapter 19, chapter 19. We have been hearing Yayāti Maharaj tell his wife, Devayani, that even after thousands of years of engaging in sense gratification, trying to fulfill his material desires, he finds no happiness. He finds no satisfaction. And in fact, such desires are keeping on increasing. So, iti uktva nahusho jayam,
Iti uktvanahu shojayam
tadiyam purave vayaha,
tadiyam purave vayaha
datvasva jarasam tasmad,
dattva swajarasam tasmad
adate vigata spraha.
adate vigata sprahaha.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, S.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Sukadeva Goswami said, after speaking in this way to his wife Devayani, King Yayāti, who was now free from all material desires, called his youngest son Puru and returned Puru's youth in exchange for his own old age. So Yayāti Maharaj has been speaking to Devayani that yesterday's translate we were at this verse, one who knows that material happiness, whether good or bad, in this life or in the next, on this planet or on the heavenly planets, is temporary and useless, and that intelligent person should not try to enjoy or even think of such things, is the knower of the self. Such a self-realized person knows quite well that material happiness is the very cause of continued material existence and forgetfulness of one's own constitutional position. So our desires, that's what is keeping on. So that's how we continue in this material world, because of our desire to control this material energy. Makes us forget that we are actually spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. We are looking for happiness here in the material world, whereas real happiness is in connection with Krishna in devotional service. So now Yayāti Maharaj, he's renounced. He's exchanging, he's telling Puru, here, please take back your youth and give me back my old age. Dishi Dakshina Purvasyam,
Dishi dakshina purvasyam
Druyum Dakshinato Yadum,
druhum dakshinato yadum
Praticham Turvasum Chakra,
pratischam turvasum chakra
Udicham Anum Ishwaram.
udichyam anum ishwaram.
King Yayati gave the southeast to his son Dhruyu, the south to his son Yadu, the west to his son Turvasu, and the north to his son Anu. In this way he divided the kingdom. So he's made Puru the emperor, Puru the youngest son. In fact, he's made him the emperor, and then he's divided the different parts of his kingdom to his other four sons. Bhumandalasya sarvasya
Bhumandalasya sarvasya
Urum arhatamam visham
purum arhatam visham
abhishchagrajamstasya
abhipshishya agrajantasya
vashe sthapya vanam yayo.
vashe sthapya vanam yayo.
Yayāti enthroned his youngest son Puru as the emperor of the entire world and the proprietor of all its riches, and he placed all the other sons who were older than Puru under Puru's control. So in fact the older brothers are now subordinate to Puru in rank.
Even the Yadu, right? The Yadu, the one,
Yeah,
the
yes,
right?
Yadu. Yeah, Yadu is given south.
South, yeah. Okay.
South. Mhm. And Puru is the emperor.
Okay.
Ashevitam Varsha Pugan
Asevitam Varshapugan
Sadvargam Vishayeshu Saha
Shatvargam Vishayeshu Saha
Shanena Mumuche Nidam
Shanena Mumuche Nidam
Jata Paksha Ivadvijaha.
Jata Pakshaha Iva Dvijaha.
Having enjoyed sense gratification for many, many years, O King Parikshit, Yayati was accustomed to it, but he gave it up entirely in a moment, just as a bird flies away from the nest as soon as its wings have grown. That Maharaj Yayati was immediately liberated from the bondage of conditioned life is certainly astonishing, because he was accustomed to sense gratification. So much so that he also asked his son, "Give me your youth, I still want to enjoy." But he's given it up just like that now. So, but the example given herewith is appropriate. A tiny baby bird, dependent fully on its father and mother even to eat, suddenly flies away from the nest when its wings have grown. Similarly, if one fully surrenders to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one is immediately liberated from the bondage of conditioned life, as promised by the Lord Himself. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshyasami. So one may consider how this renunciation has come to Yayati. But Prabhupada is saying one who surrenders unto Krishna, at once he gets liberated. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.18. Kirata hunandra pulinda pulkasha abhira shumbhaya vanakashadayaha yenye cha papa yadapashayashrayah Shudyanti tasmai prabhivishnave namaha. Kirata huna andhra pulinda pulkasha abhira shumba yavan and the khas races and even others addicted to sinful acts can be purified by taking shelter of the devotees of the Lord, for he is the supreme power. I beg to offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Lord Vishnu is so powerful that he can deliver anyone at once if he is pleased to do so. So Bhagavatam is saying no matter what background one is coming from, one may be coming from very, very low background, done many abominable activities, but one who has taken shelter of the devotees, then he is completely purified. So after all, God is more powerful than us, right? So he can immediately take away our sinful reactions. He can immediately purify us. So, and Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, can be pleased immediately if we accept his order by surrendering unto him, as Maharaj Yayati did. So Krishna can purify anyone. So what is Prabhupada mentioning here? How to please Krishna?
Be in the association of pure devotees.
Association of pure devotees, yeah. Yeah. And here specifically, Prabhupada is saying surrender unto him. So Maharaj Yayāti, he surrendered to Krishna. Maharaj Yayāti was eager to serve Vasudeva Krishna, and therefore, as soon as he wanted to renounce material life, Lord Vasudeva helped him. We must therefore be very sincere in surrendering ourselves unto the lotus feet of the Lord. Then we can immediately be liberated from the bondage of conditioned life. This is clearly expressed in the next verse. So Maharaj Yayate, he's very, very attached to sense gratification. But suddenly he's able to give it all up. Yeah. So then how? What happened? Because he has sincerely surrendered to Krishna. He has this sincere desire that I want to serve Krishna now. I have served my senses enough. I don't want to serve my senses anymore. Now I want to serve Krishna. And Krishna helped him. Is that okay?
So it was like his, because he had a pure desire and he surrendered. So immediately he got liberated, right? Though he was so
Yeah,
much um, kami,
that's right.
like he had so many lusty desires. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, okay, no more. I just want to serve Krishna now. I'm done. I don't want to all this material desires, material sense gratification anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. So, and he's saying, I just want to serve Krishna. And so Krishna is helping him with this.
Hmm.
Satatra nirmukta samasta sangha
तत्र निर्मुक्तसमस्तसङ्गा
atma anubhutya viduta trilingaha
आत्मा अनुभूत्या विदुत्रिलङ्गा
pare male brahmani vasudeve
परे मले भ्रामिणि वासुदेवे
lebhe gatim bhagavatim pratitaha.
लेभे गतिं भागवतीं प्रतीतः.
Because King Yayati completely surrendered unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudev, he was freed from all contamination of the material modes of nature. Because of his self realization, he was able to fix his mind upon the transcendence, Parabrahman, Vasudev, and thus he ultimately achieved the position of an associate of the Lord. The word Vidhuta, meaning cleansed, is very significant. Everyone in this material world is contaminated. Karanam guna sangosya. Because we are in a material condition, we are contaminated either by sattva gun, by rajogun, or by tamogun. Even if one becomes a qualified brahmana in the mode of goodness, sattva gun, he is still materially contaminated. One must come to the platform of Shuddha Sattva, transcending the sattva gun. Then one is Vidhuta Trilinga, cleansed of the contamination caused by the three modes of material nature. This is possible by the mercy of Krishna. So, as long as we are in the material world, we are bound by these modes. We are under the influence of these modes. We are acting under the modes, either tamogun, sattvagun, rajogun, or a combination of all of them. And even one may come to sattvagun, but that is also binding. That's also material. So liberation means rising above even the sattva gun, transcending even the sattva gun. And how can we do that? Possible by mercy of Krishna. Krishna says also in Bhagavad Gita, Devi yesha gunamai mama maya duratyaya mam eva ye prapadyante mayam etam taranti te. He says this material nature, this divine energy of mind consisting of the three modes of material nature is very difficult to overcome. But those who surrender to me can very easily cross beyond it. So if we at all want to rise above the modes, we want to cross this material ocean, Krishna is saying, surrender unto me, and I shall swiftly deliver you from this ocean of birth and death. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 1 to 17, Shanvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridyantasto hi abhadrani vidunoti surit satam. Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma Supersoul in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. So this is what happens. Bhagavatam is saying that what happens? That when one is eagerly and sincerely hearing Bhagavatam, then Krishna is in the heart of the devotee. Krishna is a Paramatma. Krishna cleans our material desires. Hearing and chanting about Krishna from Bhagavatam, from Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna is a Paramatma. He's seeing, oh, this devotee is sincerely hearing. And Krishna cleans our heart of the material desires. A person trying to be perfectly Krishna conscious by hearing the words of Krishna from Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita certainly has all the dirty things cleansed from the core of his heart. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says, Cheto Darpanam Arjanam. The process of hearing and chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord washes away the dirty things accumulated in the core of the heart. So we can see this is like a permanent solution to clean the heart. How to clean the heart? We may control our mind. Yeah, that's needed. But the desires will still remain in the heart. We may artificially try to control the mind. That's good. That's good. But what about those subtle desires that are there? How to get rid of those? By hearing and chanting, all the gross, subtle desires, all of them go away. They're all washed away because Krishna is helping. The devotee is not alone. He's getting help from Krishna. Core of the heart, so even within the deepest part of the heart, whatever desires, material desires are there, they get cleansed. As soon as one is freed from all the dirt of material contamination, as Maharaj Yayāti was, one's original position as an associate of the Lord is revealed. This is called Swarupa Siddhi or personal perfection. So, for example, we see there is a window which has not been cleaned. It's very, very dirty. And because it's not clean, we cannot look through it. We can't see properly from it. Or a mirror which is very dirty. Mirror of the mind, that's why it's called this Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Darpan. So the mirror, when the mirror is covered with dust, we can't see our reflection. But if the mirror is clean, we can see ourselves clearly. So right now our contamination is very dirty. There are too many of these material desires there. And because of that, we are not able to see our own self. But by hearing and chanting, the cleansing process happens. We are cleaning our consciousness. By hearing and chanting, and the heart is completely clean, then we will be able to understand ourselves, eternal position is an associate of the Lord, Swarup Siddhi. Any comments
Shilpa ji, so
you wanted to
Swaroop
add?
Siddhi means,
Mhm.
I just had one question. So the Swaroop Siddhi is that you get your actual position, right?
Yeah, we can understand. I am eternal servant of Krishna.
Mm.
Jivera Swarubhai Krishna Nitya Das. Right now, under this material influence, we are thinking, I am this one, I am so and so, I am so great, I can do this, I have so much. I am man or woman or this nationality, this community. I am, you know, all these designations. But when the heart is purified, then we will be able to understand I am eternal servant of Krishna.
Yeah.
And then, of course, going on, then the higher stages to know our actual identity in in the spiritual world.
Okay. So, like
So
the first one is
what,
that I am the servant of Krishna.
yeah,
I am not
yeah,
the body, I am the soul, right? And I am the
that's
eternal
right.
servant of Krishna. Okay.
Yeah, I'm eternal servant of Krishna. And then the devotee
Mm.
continues to hear and chant, and then
Mm.
gradually, his relationship with Krishna will be revealed in due course. And that happens on higher stages, much higher stages. But at least first one can come to this point and then continue from there on.
Mm. Yeah.
So then he's no more thinking I'm the body. No different titles or designation.
Mm.
Only
Makes
title, I
sense.
am servant of Krishna. Mm. Shutva Gatham Devayani
Shutva gathan devayani
Mene Prastovam Atmanaha
mene prastobham atmanaha
Sri Pumso Sneha Vekalvyat
istri pumso sneha vaikalvyat
Parihasam Iveritam.
parihasam ive iritam.
When Devayani heard Maharaj Yayāti's story of the he goat and she goat, she understood that this story, which was presented as if a funny joke for entertainment between husband and wife, was intended to awaken her to her constitutional position. When one actually awakens from material life, one understands his real position as an eternal servant of Krishna. This is called liberation. So, liberation, that I am eternal servant of Krishna. This is liberation. Muktir hitvan yatha rupam swarupena vyavasthiti. Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 10, Text 6. Under the influence of Maya, everyone living in this material world thinks that he is the master of everything. Ahankar vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. One thinks that there is no God or controller and that one is independent and can do anything. This is what we are thinking. Who can tell me what to do? I can do whatever I want to do. Why should I be under anyone's control? We are thinking that. That's because of our ahankar, our false ego. But the truth of the matter, our reality is that we are actually eternal servants of God. So, this is the material condition. And when one awakens from this ignorance, he is called liberated. Maharaj Yayāti had delivered Devayani from the well. And finally, as a dutiful husband, he instructed her with a story about the he goat and she goat, and thus delivered her from the misconception of material happiness. So it's very nicely Prabhupada is mentioning here. Devayani had fallen into the well, and Yayati Maharaj brought her out of the well. He rescued her from the well. And right now, Devayani, she's in the well of this material life. So also, Maharaj Yayati is pulling her out of this well of material life. Devayani was quite competent to understand her liberated husband, and therefore she decided to follow him as his faithful wife. So she's going along with him. He's renouncing, and she's understanding what he's saying, and she's also now deciding to go with him. So this is a quiet. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow then. I think this is almost the end of the chapter.
So that means that now she's also realizing, right?
Yeah,
Devyani.
yeah, Devayani. She is also understanding, oh, yes, you know what my husband is saying is true. Enjoying
Mm.
here for thousands and thousands of years in material world, but where is the satisfaction? And then the fire of material desire is still burning, but whereas in reality, we just have to surrender to God. So that's why she's following him now. He's telling her, see, there's no happiness here in the material world. He's already understood it, he's already liberated. And now he's told her, and she's also understanding what he's saying. So she's gonna go with him.
It was so easy, maybe because she was also like she followed, right? You understand. So that is also the mercy. Only then you can. Otherwise, sometimes we can't
Yeah, it's
because
true.
he just said and she understood so nicely. And as a faithful wife, she's also following. So that's
Yeah,
not, it looks very easy, but I think it's not until like how we read, like if we don't have the mercy.
don't have the mercy. And also, see, before, also,
Mm.
as we keep reading, right, the boys were trained to become brahmachari, the girls were trained to be chaste wives,
Mm.
the boys were trained to be devotees,
Mm.
brahmachari, devotees, and then the girl was trained to be chaste wife.
Mm.
So then, and then, of course, now he's liberated, so she's also going to get some benefit of that, which
Mhm.
may
Mhm.
help her also.
Mm. Yeah. So the system was very powerful, if we say.
Yeah, that's right. The whole system was very, very organized, and
Very obvious. Yes.
so it was easier.
Mm.
So, but then what can we learn here from this story of Maharaj Yayāti and Devayani?
I think what I can learn is that the material desires will never ever end. And if we just try to, if I think that, okay, if I'll do this, then it will be gone away, it will never. So I have to hear and chant and serve Krishna and pray to Krishna and to clean my material desires. I think that's very, very important. And no matter what, wherever I'm placed, I still have to just remember Krishna and never forget him.
Mm, yeah, thank you. Thank you. That's what it is. Because we are forgotten. We are eternal
Mm.
servants of Krishna. We've forgotten we are spirit souls. And we continue to think we are the body. Yes, thank you.
And I loved last time what you said, Jab jago tab savera. So like even for Yayati Maharaj, he did it for 1,000 years, doesn't matter. But as soon as he made up his mind that he want to be, like sincerely serving Krishna and surrender at the lotus feet, he got liberated.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Like, how I was just thinking about Kish uncle and how perfect what we are reading today is, right?
mm, yeah,
Like how we are all, like how Devyani was in the material world well, and how she got liberated, and like, when so like how we all are in this well of material world.
yeah, We are
So,
all here in this material world, and we are thinking this is our permanent place to be. We feel this is our permanent identity,
mm,
but it's not. And we are not able to understand that, and that's the illusion, right? Yeah, so true. So we have to continue to hear and chant, hear and chant, regularly hearing and chanting. Help us. Help us, help others also. Stop here.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.